You ever get that amazing business idea and then boom, one thought just stops you dead in your tracks? I don't have the money? Well, in this explainer, we're going to completely dismantle that idea. We're showing you how to launch a business with literally zero capital. And no, it's not a myth, it's a framework. Let's dive in. This quote? It's everything. This is the single biggest difference between people who actually get their business off the ground and those who are stuck with a great idea forever. It's not about waiting for some perfect moment or a pile of cash. Nope, it's about starting right now with what you've already got. So yeah, that's the big question, right? How do you actually start a business with $0? It sounds kind of impossible, but I promise you, there's a clear step-by-step process, and we are about to break the whole thing down for you.
Okay, so first things first. We have to tackle the biggest roadblock, and guess what? It's not your bank account. It's the myth that's stuck in your head. The idea that you need money to make money.
I mean, just think about it for a second. We've all heard the stories, right? Apple starting out in a garage, Spanx being built from a single idea and just pure grit. These massive companies didn't begin with a boatload of venture capital. They started with resourcefulness. And this isn't some rare one in a million thing. It's a totally proven path.
And that leads us to a really crucial point. We need to completely change how we think about the word capital. It's time for a major mindset shift.
The truth is, you are already wealthy in the stuff that actually matters. You have capital. It just looks a little different. It's the time you can invest, your unique skills, the knowledge you've picked up over the years, your network of people, even the tools and the space you already have access to. This is your real startup fund.
All right, mindset shift, check. Now let's get into the practical stuff. Here is the exact playbook, a 5-step framework that is going to take you from just an idea to having actual paying clients.
We're going to walk through each one, but here's the high-level view. First, we find an idea based on what you already know and have. Then, we find customers without spending a single dime. Next, and this is key, you deliver that service manually to prove people want it. After that, you build a professional-looking front with free tools. And finally, you reinvest your first earnings to grow. Super simple and incredibly effective.
So, step 1, finding your idea. We're going to look at this through 3 different lenses. The first lens is all about your skills. What are you just naturally good at? Are you a fantastic writer? A ridiculously good organizer? Can you explain complicated things in a way that just clicks for people? This right here is the foundation of the value you can offer.
Now for lens number 2. What are you already the go-to person for in your circle? You know, do your friends always send you their resume to look over? Does your family call you every time the Wi-Fi acts up? Listen up, the world is already telling you what you're good at. You just have to pay attention.
And the final lens, this one's a biggie, passion. What subject, what activity could you just dive into for hours on end and not get bored? Because that's what's going to keep you going when things get a little tough. Your perfect zero capital business idea, it's sitting right there at the intersection of these 3 things. Your skills, the problems you already solve, and what you're truly passionate about.
Okay, you've got an idea. Now how do you find customers? Forget about spending money on ads. We're going to use what's called the warm outreach method. I want you to make a list of 50 people you know, friends, family, old coworkers, whoever. Then reach out personally. But here's the trick. Frame it as asking for advice, not making a sale. Say something like, hey, I'm playing around with an idea to help people with X, and since I really respect your opinion, I'd love to get your feedback. This little shift is so powerful and often leads you straight to your first clients.
This right here is a total game changer. It flips the old way of doing business completely on its head. The old way was spend months, maybe years, and a ton of money building a product, and then you cross your fingers and hope someone buys it. The zero capital way, you find the customers first, you deliver the service to them manually, and you let them literally fund the creation of your bigger product or system. You're not just validating your idea, you're getting paid to do it.
You're probably thinking, okay, but I need a fancy website and all this expensive software, right? Wrong. You just need things to be functional, and you can get almost everything you need for free. You can build a simple, clean, one-page website with a tool like Card. You can take payments with PayPal. You can schedule meetings with Calendly. Seriously, you can look like a total pro from day one, all for $0.
So you've done it. You made your first dollar. Awesome. What now? You reinvest it, but you do it strategically. Your first $100 might just go to upgrading those free tools to a paid plan. Your first $1,000? Maybe you invest that in a course to get even better at your skill. Or you start outsourcing a few small, time-consuming tasks.
This is how you systematically and smartly turn those first profits into a real, sustainable, growing business.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but let's make this real. Let's actually put it into practice. How about we get this thing launched in the next 30 days? Yeah, that's not just possible, that's the plan.
Here's exactly how it breaks down. Week 1 is all about discovery. That's when you use those 3 lenses to really nail down your idea. Week 2 is dedicated to outreach, making that list and starting those conversations. By week 3, you should be delivering your service to your very first beta clients. And then in week 4, you're officially launching, and you've already got testimonials to back you up. See, it breaks it all down into small, totally manageable chunks.
So, we've covered the mindset, we've walked through the framework, and we've laid out the timeline. Now comes the single most important part of this whole thing, turning this knowledge into actual action. The biggest mistake is trying to do everything at once and getting overwhelmed. So don't do that. Just pick one of these 5 things, just one, and do it the second this explainer is over. It could literally take you 5 minutes. Do the lenses exercise, start your list of 50, or just go set up a free Calendly account. The goal here is simple: build momentum with one small, easy win.
And that's really the bottom line here. That's the one thing I want you to walk away with. The money was never the real problem. The skills, the knowledge, the network, it's all there. You already have everything you need to begin. So, what are you waiting for?